Hey everybody, welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 8, Decimals as Rational Numbers. So that's a fancy way of saying we are going to be changing decimals to fractions, okay? So one word that is defined in your lesson is to convert. Convert means to change. So we're going to be converting decimals to fractions, okay? So it's a pretty quick lesson today, so I'm just going to get straight into the examples. So number 1 says write 54 hundredths as a simplified fraction. So a lot of times we are tempted to just say 0.54, right? Which, that's fine, but the technical way, the actual way to say that number is 54 hundredths. And I want you to pay attention to that. How did Miss Angel say that? 54 hundredths. There's two really particular things that I said. First off, I said the number 54, right? And that actually tells you your numerator. So that's going to be my numerator. The numbers that are right there, that's my numerator. And the place value that I said, so in this case it goes to the hundredths place value, that's my denominator, hundredths, or 100, okay? So if you think of terms in money, or terms of money, right? This would be like, I have 54 cents, or I have 54 out of 100 pennies. That would give me one whole dollar. Okay? So, but it does say write as a simplified fraction. So I've written it as a fraction. That's step 1. Now I need to think to myself, do 54 and 100 have anything in common with each other? They do. So, right off the bat, I noticed that one ends in a 4, one ends in a 0. That means 2 can go into both of them. So I'm going to divide both of them by 2, or reduce them by 2. 54 divided by 2, well, let's see. 50 divided by 2 would have given me 25. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 25 plus 2 is 27. So 54 divided by 2 is 27. And 100 divided by 2 is 50. Okay, so now it's always good to check, like, did I find the greatest common factor between them? Was it higher than that? Well, they're not both even numbers anymore, so I know 2 can't go into them. I know the factors of 27, there's 1, there's 3, there's 9, and 27. None of those numbers go into 50 evenly, so this right here, this would be my final answer. Okay, let's try a few more. Number 2, I didn't write the whole problem down, but it's the exact same concept. We're still going to write this as a simplified fraction. This one, though, notice has a whole number, okay? So this number, if I read it properly, I would say 6 and 4 tenths. 6 and 4 tenths. So that 6, that's my whole number. So in this case, that means we're going to have a mixed number. So I got a big old 6 there, but now the decimal portion, that's what needs to be my fraction. So remember up top, or on that first problem, right, whatever number was here, that became my numerator, and the place value became my denominator. So 6 and 4 tenths. The place value is tenths. And so that becomes my denominator. 4 tenths can be reduced though, right? Both of those can be reduced by 2, giving me a final answer of 6 and 2/5. And that's it. How nice is that, right? So let's try 2 more and then we're done. Okay, this next one, 0 and 4 hundredths. Okay, we got to pay attention to that place value. Well, my whole number is just 0. So you could write it in your final answer, but you don't have to, right? If it's either blank or the number 0 there, those count. So, but now I have 4 hundredths. Remember this number here, that is what goes in my numerator. The place value that it goes to is my denominator. So it went all the way to tenths, hundredths. So that's what I'm going to write as my denominator and reduce it. the greatest common factor between 4 and 100 is the number 4. 4 goes into both of them. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 100 divided by 4 is 25. You could have done divided by 2 and then divided by 2 again. That would have been acceptable as well. And our final example for today, 6 and 125 thousandths. Ooh, we went to a higher place value this time. Ooh, also, this one and this one are taken from your quick check. Okay? All right, 6, well, that's a whole number, so I'm going to write a big 6 in my answer. And then remember, this is what gets put into your numerator, so 125. And now I need to figure out the place value. It goes from tenths, hundredths, all the way to thousandths. All right? Another hint is, like, if this number ends up being smaller than your numerator, probably something went wrong. All right? So now I could see multiple things. I could see they're both divisible by 5. They're both divisible by 25. That might be a good place for us to start. Okay? The 6 is going to stay the same no matter what. But then let's just see what happens. Let's divide both of them by 25. Well, if I count by 25s, right, I have 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. So I used 5, or it went in 5 times for my numerator. Now, 1,000 divided by 25. Well, I know that 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, using those powers of 10, we can just tack that 0 right back on the back and gives us 40. Okay? So, 1,000 is made up of 10 100s, right? And 4 25s times 10 gets us to 40. But I notice again, they're both divisible by 5, so I have to reduce even further. All right, so again, that 6 stays the same because just 6 whole is equal to 6 whole. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 40 divided by 5 is 8. So this right here is equal to 6 and 1/8. Now, if you wanted to check it and you were like, gosh, how do I make sure that I'm correct? Well, work backwards. What is 1 divided by 8? Oh, there's that 0.125, or 125 thousandths. Okay, so that's the way you could check it as well. I hope that helps, and I hope this lesson is a little bit of a refresh. All right? Have a good day, and let me know if you need extra help.